Introduction to Azure Synapse Ingestion from Kafka. Azure Synapse is a cloud-based analytics service that allows you to integrate and analyze data from various sources including Apache Kafka. In this tutorial we will cover the key concepts and best practices for ingesting data from Kafka into Azure Synapse. Understanding Kafka and Azure Synapse integration. Apache Kafka is a distributed streaming platform that allows you to publish and subscribe to data streams. Azure Synapse provides a Kafka connector that allows you to ingest data from Kafka topics into Azure Synapse. The Kafka connector supports various data formats including Avro, JSON, and CSV. Configuring Kafka connector. To ingest data from Kafka into Azure Synapse, you need to configure the Kafka connector. This involves specifying the Kafka Bootstrap server URL, the topic name, and the data format. You also need to specify the authentication method such as username and password or SSL. Certificates. Practical example of ingesting data from Kafka. For example, suppose you have a Kafka topic named orders that contains data in JSON format. To ingest this data into Azure Synapse, you would create a new Kafka connector and specify the Bootstrap server URL, the topic name, and the data format as JSON. You would also specify the authentication method and any other relevant settings. Best practices for ingesting data from Kafka. When ingesting data from Kafka into Azure Synapse, there are several best practices to keep in mind. First, make sure to handle errors and exceptions properly to avoid data loss. Second, use the correct data format to ensure that the data is ingested correctly. Third, monitor the ingestion process to ensure that the data is being ingested in real time. Finally, optimize the ingestion process for performance to ensure that the data is ingested efficiently. Conclusion. Ingesting data from Kafka into Azure Synapse is a powerful way to integrate and analyze data from various sources. By understanding the key concepts and best practices for ingesting data from Kafka, you can unlock the full potential of Azure Synapse and gain valuable insights into your data. Remember to configure the Kafka connector correctly, handle errors and exceptions properly, and monitor the ingestion process to ensure that the data is being ingested in real time.